We're going to begin, though, with the breaking news overnight about the extraordinary effort to protect President Trump after a security threat overseas. So this happened while he was in Turkey for a NATO summit last month. It followed intelligence suggesting that Iran was planning to shoot down his plane. CBS News has learned the Secret Service used a very elaborate ruse to protect the president. Nancy Cordes has more on this story. Nancy, good morning. This is an incredible story. I think they got the president off safely, but what about the press and other top staffers who were on the plane? Good morning.
Gayle, that is one of the big questions that people are asking this morning about this truly wild story that the Washington Post first reported last night, and many other outlets have since confirmed, including our own. President Trump apparently stowed away undetected on a military jet on an overseas flight last month, and even some of his own advisors were unaware until the story broke last night.
This is what reporters saw on July 8th, President Trump boarding Air Force One at the end of the NATO summit in Ankara, Turkey. This is what they did not see, a Turkish airport catering truck pulling away from Air Force One a few minutes later, secretly ferrying President Trump to an Air Force C-32A nearby, according to a U.S. official.
Certainly a decision to move the U.S. president from Air Force One to a different location and to obscure his movements indicates an assessment that the level of threat was really at a high point.
That threat came from Turkey's neighbor, Iran. Hostilities between the U.S. and Iran had flared back up during the NATO summit, and U.S. intelligence had detected a credible plot to fire a missile at Trump's new Air Force One, gifted to the U.S. by Qatar. An older, more fortified Air Force One was flown in as a precaution. But when it took off, the journalists and even some Trump staffers on board had no idea the president wasn't with them.
All of the passengers on that Air Force One, which was judged too dangerous for the president to fly on, what precautions were taken to keep the staff and reporters on that plane safe?
Both Air Force One and the C-32A flew from Turkey to Mildenhall, England, where Trump was able to switch undetected back to Air Force One. Reporters asked him why they had been told to close their window blinds before takeoff from Turkey.
Because of the sleazebags that we have to deal with.
We asked White House officials for comment on all this, and they didn't deny the story. They simply said the new Air Force One is a state-of-the-art aircraft equipped with high-level security. But even before this, we knew that the jet is going to be taken out of commission for a time this fall so it can be outfitted with more security features after being rushed into service last month. Vlad?
All right, so basically they didn't really give an answer. Nancy Cordes reporting from the White House for us. Thank you, Nancy. Appreciate it.